Renier de Renner has honestly probably put the final nail in Kevin Holland's career. Next to Kevin Holland and his whole thing with Rampage and the way people are just tearing him up online over his last podcast appearance where, he's coping about his days in the championship being over, his days contending for the championship being over, how he's not championship material and all that stuff, and how he just wants to live his life and stuff. Look, I understand that some people don't put themselves or value themselves by being the big executive or anything like that. I think there's a lot of people who can find contention in not being prestigious. Honestly, I feel that. You can only control where you're going to be. But this whole thing of, if I were to say I could be a CEO if I really wanted to, I could be the best MMA YouTuber if I really wanted to. That's a whole level of cope. Kevin Holland is like, I saw that and it's hard to defend him, and I think he really does need to be honest with him. He seems like he's got some darkness raging inside of him that he didn't reach the heights he thought he was going to. I've seen the thing where he picks who he has beef with, how he'll be respectful towards people who would beat him in the UFC, and then people who either don't fight in the UFC and don't do that or couldn't beat him in the UFC. He's a little more mean to. He's more comfortable looking down on him. It's almost like, and that's sad because when Kevin Holland first started, he seemed like actually a genuinely nice dude. But then when you see those examples in contrast, it starts to look differently. So this loss is not just devastating to his record, but all in all, he's been driving this gigantic nail into a coffin right now on his whole image. So I don't really know where he goes from here. Who else does he fight? Is he going to fight Shara? Probably not. I think Shara would give him some problems because MVP is fighting Shara. And I think if MVP beat Shara, maybe Shara versus Kevin Holland is probably in the works. But even then, it's like if Kevin Holland doesn't even care about winning or just wants to show up because he could really win these fights if he could, man, it's amazing how these things change. You catch it. You catch my drift. I don't even have to over-explain it because everything that's been said about Kevin Holland, the popular census about Kevin Holland, has been reached. Now, obviously, it just kind of looked like Renier de Renner could have just had his way with him at any point in time. And obviously, Renier's probably going to go on to do some new stuff. I don't know who he's going to face next. Maybe him versus someone like Eric Anders would be a really interesting fight. Someone non-ranked at middleweight who could still put up a fight. Like Eric Anders is that perfect spot to do such a thing. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think it's honestly safe to say that I don't even know what Kevin Holland's going to do next. This is just me being authentic, and I'm a person who wants to like these guys. I don't take jolly out of, saying any negative things about these people because I feel like I got to back up whatever I could say behind this camera to their face. Like, I actually try to present myself in that way. But man, Kevin, if you're ever going to watch this, dude, like you gotta really think about what you're going to do moving forward. Like, it's devastating because first off, I was thinking like before I saw that podcast with Rampage Jackson, I had the mindset of, I think Renier's going to win, which he did. But, Kevin Holland, I think he'll figure it out, right? But it's just like, I think Kevin Holland now has a lot more to figure out. But we'll see, because not only did he lose this fight, he has lost a lot of fans in the coming week. So he's in a tight spot all over. See, it's a long fall from grace. But I will see you guys later. Peace out. It's just, it's such a bittersweet ending to that first card on the main, that first fight on the main card. Excuse me. I'm just disappointed. and Kevin right now as a Kevin Holland fan. But wow. Peace.